Well, hello ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the quarterfinals in the 2 versus 2 doubles open tournament. This time we have Godde and CyberneticPony versus Nebbyyy and Greppy. Just looking around this planet right now, these spawns are quite varied, and I think it should make for an interesting game. In Team Black we have Nebbyyy and Greppy spawning on opposite sides of the globe. We have an Alpha Commander down here, Delta Commander down here with a few little mech sites. And over by the North Pole we have an Alpha building energy. Whereas Godde and CyberneticPony have spawned together and are already going for a bot and air factory. Who is Alpha Comms, please? And so the bomber is already going out scouting from Team Green. So Greppy is Team Black's Alpha Commander. This is right here. And Team Green's has yet to be determined. However, the bomber is still ready scouting. It's quite a big map, this one, for a quarterfinals. Let's just have a look at the metal site placement right now. Looks as though Team Green has an abundance near them, and Grey has a reasonable amount. They've got to walk for it, but then again they have spaced themselves out a little bit, so with any luck they will therefore survive a little bit longer. Green only has this initial, and after that it requires a lot of walking. So looking at Team Black's production right now, they're going early bots with some fabricators. Probably they've got a little spinner out there already, or shall we say a stinger, to try and counter some of these bombers. I assume that these players sort of know or understand at least a little bit of some of the other players' strategies. For instance, we saw Team Green go straight for bombers and hummingbirds, and Team Black go straight for anti-air, so I think it's fair to say people have been studying other people's playstyles. And over here, a scout from Team Green will find Greppy's spawn right there. That hummingbird is going to have a look around, see what there is. Reasonable amount to see. Nebbyyy now walking a little bit. Some bot fabricators and a stinger as well at this end to take out any of that scouting that comes around. Pretty good play there. Team Green already going to this abundant metal field over here. This Alpha Commander, still not sure whether it's Godde or CyberneticPony, but even so, assisting with a few bot fabricators, so those mechs will go up very, very quickly indeed. And another bot factory as well, and I suspect that they will be going for bots given the size of the planet for both movement speed and ease of production. I find bot fabricators a lot easier to cope with than vehicle fabricators, but that depends on whether you want to go for advanced vehicles or not earlier on. So Team Green still going for those bots, building up the econ gradually. They've left the mech site over here, rather interestingly. It looks as though one commander's sort of moving away from the pack, maybe to build a proxy base, considering they've scouted Team Black's up here. We've got a lot of scouts going around. We've got one from Team Green over here, a bomber, and a hummingbird from Team Black. Scouts green spawn at long last. Getting shot at and shot down, but they saw all they needed to see. They see the air factory, they see the bot spams, and they see the vehicle factory that has just gone up and started to produce ants as well. Team Black now can see where the choke point is, right here. This is going to be the main point of contest between Greppy and Team Green. Probably about time that Nebbyyy maybe starts to maybe flank round from the south. Or from the other side, in fact, rather than from the south. Although if they wanted to go from the south, it's a possibility. It would take them through a large metal field or two, and then they would reach Team Green. But Team Green has a reasonable safe enclave here with some cliffs and some crevasses here. So really nice defensive location, whereas Team Black has managed to spread themselves out a little bit more. Maybe a little bit too much, because unless Team Black can really get some substantial defense in each of their bases respectively, then this really isn't going to be a favourable match for Team Black. And indeed already we see Team Green's commanders rushing Greppy. Or at least it appears that way. We've got factories going up, we've got an advanced bot factory now as well, we've got ants moving around, we've got air superiority from Team Green, a little bit of countering attempt from Team Black over here, and that was a little bit of lag. However, we do have vehicle factories being spammed up the yin-yang from Greppy right now. Maybe time to get some defences up. Indeed they do. They want to get that econ sorted out. They've abandoned doing that factory because they've seen quite how close this commander is right now. He wants to get these up. He wants to get that tower up so that that commander does go down, but we've got a dual commander rush because the Team Black has not spawned together, so this is going to be very, very difficult for Greppy to repel right now, especially given the lack of military, although we do have a defensive line beginning to be established. How much of an effect is it going to have? That ant drawing some of the firepower while the towers are gradually being produced. That commander sitting there, getting hit, but also getting repaired. That turret getting repaired. So this is rather interesting play, but here comes the other commander. This is going to turn the tide in this game right now. Greppy moving through 2 sets of firepower right now. Really wants to get a lot more units going, but Team Green has already got a lot of ants coming up from the side. This looks as though Greppy might just about have to do a commander exchange here. That really is all I can suggest at this point. Moving out of the firing line just momentarily while he repairs both himself and his lines gives him a chance to get some more units, but there's a lot of bots, ants rather, and a few fabricators coming up now. That's quite a few. It's time maybe that Nebbyyy got some air support going over, but Nebbyyy at this point isn't producing any factories. Now, this is a rather interesting move because on the one hand, he could be producing some air superiority to come over and bomb these commanders, but on the other hand, Greppy needs all of the econ he can have to massively hurry up on this production right now. He's got 2 commanders on him, he's got to get some turrets built, he's got to get healed. That's going to use a lot of resources, and right now it looks as though Green might be just about to overrun Greppy's base right now. Maybe it's time for Greppy to retreat, but there is a commander in there. He is using his D-gun. I am experiencing a bit of lag, I'm afraid. Once again, we've got ants moving in. It looks as though it might be curtains for Greppy right now. He needs to get out of there. He cannot withstand this. He needs to move now. That's all he can do. All he can do is move. He cannot stay in there any longer. Because both green commanders have been sort of supported with fabricators healing them, but Greppy's still persistent on this commander. But now the second commander comes in and Greppy realizes, okay, I have to leave now. I've outstayed my welcome in my own house, and I have been evicted. But he is being healed with a little bit of lag going on. But again, he still really needs to get out. We've got 2 commanders against 1, and it looks as though this might be the end for Greppy. He is being healed, of course. But oh my word, the other green commander's getting attacked from a fair few ants over there as well. And oh my word, what could be going on now? We're experiencing a little bit of lag, which is rather annoying. It looks as though we've got a little bit of lull in the action as the commanders go and try and take out some of the production rather than the other commander building some proxy defences of their own. This is rather cheeky, building those turrets in the base. But down goes the energy storage. In comes Greppy again for another attack, but that's a lot of fabricators there healing those 2 commanders. I don't think Greppy can really do anything about it at this point. We've got ants doing all sorts of shelling and fire damage, but Greppy right now has 2 commanders attacking him. He has got 4 fabricators healing him, but so has the other commander, or at least he's got another commander to assist him, and bang, there goes another Uber cannon. That's a lot of factories there still standing, however, producing units, fortunately enough, because one would assume that it's still at this point Nebbyyy is not producing too much in order to channel all those resources to Greppy because he needs it. And this is where beautiful team play really comes into its own. But now here comes the support from Team Green. In come the ants. This commander is completely surrounded. And right now, this is quite a wrestling match. But it looks as though Greppy's going to go a little bit too close to all of that. He's got no healers. He's just going to do what damage he can, but I don't think that commander's going to go down in the exchange. He doesn't get close enough for the D-gun. That's 1-0 to Team Green. And the commanders can now heal themselves at will. But Greppy is not out, his commander is gone, but his base still stands, he still has ants being produced. If he can get them across, then those will be really helpful in damaging those commanders, but it looks as though they might have been healed up enough in order to withstand a little bit of ants. We've got T2 bombers, we've got Hornets coming in already. My word, I didn't see this coming. Let's have a glance over here and see where that's coming from. I reckon Nebbyyy has been rather cheeky. Indeed he has, look at this, beautiful. Channeling resources into the Hornets as soon as Greppy decided, nope, you know what, I'm just gonna do what damage I can, but there is a lot of air support there, so I would assume that while I was focusing on this, Green did manage to get the scout on that. Hornets coming down, going to take out some ants maybe on a couple of passes. Nope, they get shot down instead. What a waste of a Hornet right there. Now looking at Team Green's base, they've got a lot of expansion at free will now, because Team Black has been put rather on the back foot. And what is this? What do I see? I see a nuclear missile silo. Ooh, that's gonna make a game interesting. Soon as a nuke is put on the map, my word, you want to watch out. So Team Black now wants to think about anti-nukes and think about getting substantial defences in their base right now. Nebbyy's commander still lives, not doing anything, however. Really not doing anything at the moment. He really must be doing something at least. Or maybe they're still focusing a little bit on this base here. They really want to take out some of these hummingbirds in order to get the bomber assist. But at the moment it looks as though this base has been abandoned. Not really sure what Team Black are actually doing at this point in the game. They've got a few stingers that were putting a little bit of pressure on those hummingbirds over there, forcing them to move around, do a little bit of scouting, see what's going on. These two commanders just going on an adventure right now. Taking out all sorts of econ. For every mech site Green is destroying of Blacks, they are producing two of their own. Look at this, we have a producer over here, we have producers down here, we have fabricators over here. We've got expansion in five or so different places. Now even 6 almost. So Team Green's economy really booming right now, and Black definitely on the back foot. And they want to take out all of these hummingbirds as soon as possible, because Team Green now has the intel they need to see where things are, what's going on, who, what, where, and why, and it's only a matter of time before forces are diverted round to begin attacking, because at the moment Team Black only has those air units, and down here these ants trying desperately to put up this factory, which goes up reasonably quickly. He's got 5 fabricators on it, so these vehicle factories really putting a lot of pressure on, but these two commanders up here still stomping away, producing factories as they go with these support fabricators right now. So for every factory that Black gets up, so does Team Green. So we've sort of got a staggered flee right now as Team Black tries to connect their own bases once more. But at the same time, Team Green very aggressively pushing forward with both commanders, trying to take out defensive lines here, there and everywhere. We've got fabricators doing all sorts of damage. We've got lines being built, no walls, surprisingly enough. And bang, there it goes. Though I guess walls can't actually do any attacking of their own. Lots of fabricators moving in to heal that commander, and that's a lot of hummingbirds. So I think the Air Force avenue that Team Black was pursuing initially with these Hornets might be a little bit redundant, especially considering the hummingbirds are just sitting there sentry. Maybe Team Black should really just put up some anti-air turrets, just one or two, or maybe even move these stingers in, because surely they must have paid attention to this. I mean, stingers really just move over there a little bit and all of these hummingbirds will disperse faster than you can blink an eye. And now they're landing, so maybe this hornet might have a little chance to spawn and then land. But right now Team Black really is focusing on a advanced vehicle factory. I didn't see this coming up, but we have a leveler now as well. So if they keep producing those levelers, and bang, 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 there goes another hornet. Come on, Team Black, see this. But as I was saying about the levelers, if they can get enough of those levelers ready and surprise Team Green with them, I don't think it'll be much of a surprise. But as long as they get enough, focusing down on the commanders right now, because Team Green is completely overwhelmed Team Black's bases there. As long as they can get the levelers in and take out one of the commanders, especially if the commanders stick together, it'll damage one of the commanders, killing the other. Rather, kill one commander, damaging the other, and therefore make it easier to kill the other one. But that is a rather far-fetched strategy at this point, given Green's expansion, Green's base, Green's econ, and the lack of aforementioned qualities with regards to Team Black. They are getting factories up now because they can focus on this base, and indeed now that they can focus on them, they have put up the anti-air, so maybe this avenue here is going to be a legitimate course of action once more. Who knows? Who knows? Because at this point they want to get some form of anti-air going, and instead, no, they were building a peregrine by the look of it. But then they decided, no, we're going to go for some advanced air fabricators or fabrication aircraft, because we want to get some econ going, we want to get some defences going. Because Team Green has made a second base in this abundant metal zone right here, and it's only a matter of time before Team Green owns, well, over half of the planet. They're almost there now. I'd say 40-45% is owned by green icons, whereas 20 to 30 is owned by black icons. Now here is what I mentioned. We have 3 levelers out already, and a nuke! My word. I didn't see that get built. I do apologise, but as I say, I noticed earlier that this thing was produced, and my word! Team Green, you are really spamming out the nukes. They've got enough econ, here, there and everywhere, to spam out these nukes like no tomorrow. I think Team Black really needs to get out some fabricators now and get the anti-nukes being produced. And if I'm honest, it's almost a GG scenario for Team Black. They've lost their advanced vehicle factory. They do, however, still have 3 levelers. It's not going to be enough on their own unless they have substantial support. But as we saw in my most recent post of round 1 game, we did see 5 levelers take down a commander in a matter of seconds. So maybe 3 levelers can take down a commander, provided they manage to catch him in the open and unnoticed and with no defense. It'd still take about 10 seconds, but right now both commanders from Team Green are reasonably well hidden. I say hidden, I mean sort of burrowed inside factories and econ buildings. But how long is it until the next nuke is completed? I say as the nuke itself is launched. And my word, I thought they were just launching a nuke for the fun of it over there. Let's follow this in third person. Let's follow the path. See where it's going to attack. It looks as though it's going straight in here. Probably just about here. It's gonna hit this commander, whatever happens, because they have got that intel. Here it comes. Here it comes. And boom! Down goes more recon from Team Black. 4 more factories. The commander running away as fast as he can. I think Team Green definitely have this in the bag at this point. There's not enough econ production or anything from Team Black at this point. The commander's sort of sitting there going, oh my word, I've just been irradiated and I'm not enjoying life. And in comes Team Green's offensive now. 7 scampers versus twice as many ants is definitely not a favourable matchup. Those are going to be slaughtered. Team Green is now going to sweep across, down and up, taking out anything they wish, although they are going to need a couple of levelers. But a leveler on its own isn't really enough. It does need the defence. The defence is on its way, but it's not going to get there in good enough time, unless that leveler sort of sits there and waits a little bit. But let's have a look. Is there another nuke queued up? Indeed it is. Indeed it is almost finished already. You can just see the sort of production power that Team Green has from their continuous expansion now. Beautiful tactics here. We've got ants swamping left, right and centre Team Black. Looks as though the leveler managed to take out that force there, though did lose a few mech sites and more recon. But again, I think Team Black is now delaying the inevitable. Team Green has the next nuke out ready to launch in seconds. The moment they realise it's there, it'll go pop. Might try and get some intel on it first to see where to launch, although they're probably going to launch around here, or in here, or here. So one of those 3. And here it comes already. Where's this going to hit? Bop, 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 bum. Looks as though it's going for this advanced air factory right here. Probably going to be targeted about where my cursor is. And indeed, pop goes the weasel. Bang. No more advanced air factory. No more advanced econ. And Team Black really in a pickle right now. They are beginning to get up their vehicle factories, however. Is it too little too late? I suspect so, unfortunately. I was going to say only time will tell, but given Green's ability to pump out nukes every 2 minutes, tops. Look at this. We've only just seen one explode, and this one's already 60-70% completed. It's only a matter of time before Team Black is completely swamped with uranium and all forms of radioactive elements and somewhat large, very hot explosions, because we love explosions here in the Planetary Annihilation community. But Team Black desperately trying to punch holes in Team Green's offensive. It's just not working. Team Green's defense is just too strong, because the best defense is always a good offense. And right now, Team Green has fully capitalized on that. Factories on the front lines completely surrounding Team Black's base. No matter how big Team Black's base is, wherever you look on the closest bit of Green's base to Team Black's base, you'll see factories. Apart from here, where there's a little bit of radar, but there's no factory there yet. We'll probably see a factory or 2 come up here momentarily if we don't see a little bit of artillery coming around. Indeed, there it is. There's the mobile artillery. Just going to sit there, damaging the remainder of those econ buildings over there. I wonder when the next nuke is going to hit. Is it ready? Indeed it is. It's already gone. It's already on its way. Gosh, you could almost... I mean, you can launch these nukes more reliably than the buses arrive in my home county. Round comes the nuke. Is it going to take out these forward vehicle factories, or is it going to try and take out the commander? Nope, it's taking out the forward factories. And at this point, I do not actually know where Black's commander is. Where is Nebbyyy? Here he is, sitting there in the middle of a past explosion, passing the time, looking at the damage that has been done and wondering, why on earth did I sign up for this? All the time desperately trying to defend left, right and centre. We've got static defences, and some ants and scampers to support, but it's not really going to be enough. Although Team Green's forces are rather dispersed, but at this point these are merely playthings, whereas the nuke is the real weapon now, because here's another one already completed. 90%, 95%, 100%. It's ready, it's queued. 5 seconds, I guess, until launch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Anytime? I guess not. Maybe it's not as reliable as the bus service. Rather, more reliable. But anyways, as I say, the nuke is really... And there's the GG from Nebbyyy. I think he realises it's all gone. GG from Godde, from Greppy, and from CyberneticPony. That is the game. There is the suicidal explosion. Team Black no longer exists. Well played, and Godde and CyberneticPony, you are advancing now to the semis. Congratulations and commiserations to Nebbyyy and Greppy. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Don't forget to like or leave a comment and subscribe for a lot more coming very soon. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.